Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and we are here to play Coco Folk in Modern. If that's what you're in for, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But before we get into our match, we're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. And if you want the latest news going on around the Magic world, go check out the Jester's Recap by Blake Treleaven on themanabase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. So we won the die roll, I believe. Yeah, we won the die roll. Oh, yeah, I'm going to keep this. That looks good. I like it. Turn 1 Ether Vial, turn 2 Branch Walker. Into Tide Shaper Mystic. Stomping Ground. What is this? Alright, well, so I'm happy to see Burning Inquiry after we've played the Ether Vial. So this is Hollowed One. Made our hand better, in my opinion. Our hand got better, and our opponent dumped the Hollowed One. That's Nikachu's life, everyone. Everyone always dumps their Hollowed One in the graveyard if you're Nikachu. Ooh, Spell Pierce. I may not actually do anything. You know what? I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna play Botanical Sanctum and pass. Our opponent has not got their game on at all, and I think if I Spell Pierce the next Burning Inquiry or Goblin Lore, they're gonna start falling behind super quick. Come on, you don't cast anything for green mana. That's silly nonsense. Now, it should be told, you know, Curse Cat. If this was a Curse Catcher, it would have done a very similar job. So they played the Bloodstained Mire. Surprised that they did not play around Curse Catcher, or maybe they didn't know. Well, they know what they're up against. Oh, they see the Collected Company in the graveyard. They know the tech that they're up against. I believe it's just Burning Inquiry that exchanges cards in our hand. The thing is, I want to get both the Lords on the battlefield because I think that's more important than getting Branch Walker on the battlefield. If our opponent plays another Burning Inquiry, we might lose the Lords, and that's our main way, I think, to push through a bunch of damage. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the Lord of Atlantis. I'm going to attack for 2, and if our opponent plays Burning Inquiry, I'm going to Vial in the other Lord of Atlantis. And then these cards can get exchanged. If our opponent does not play Burning Inquiry... I guess it's their last Burning Inquiry because there's 3 of them in the graveyard. But just in case... Oh, a Lightning Bolt on our Lord, alright. But just in case... So there was no Burning Inquiry, so we're going to play Branch Walker. Sculpt the top of our deck. Let's not forget that Branch Walker's a neat card. Harbinger of the Tides. Yeah, we'll keep it. It's better than not having a Harbinger of the Tides, in my opinion. Another Lightning Bolt. Alright, we're losing all our stuff. To removal. Lightning Bolts for days. We're going to attack for 2. Do you have a 3rd Lightning Bolt? Alright. You have a 3rd Lightning Bolt. Okay, so the good news is they've got 1 Burning Inquiry left and 1 Lightning Bolt. Attacking here is, like, pretty stupid. I mean, they know that we have Harbinger of the Tides in our hand. Or maybe they're just trying to exhaust it. That's fair. Like, what are they going to do against Harbinger of the Tides? They just have to try to get it removed. So our opponent actually played pretty well up to this point. I'm sure they could have played that Flame Wake Phoenix last turn, but they opted not to. I guess it's just not appropriate to play around Burning Inquiry. So let's just empty our hand. Yeah, we'll just empty our hand. No, I don't mean by playing around Burning, but the thing is, if I have dead cards in my hand, I should keep some of them there because of Burning Inquiry. They can my opponent can turn our garbage into gold. But we do need to hit land drops in order to play Collected Company on curve. There's the Phoenix. Would you like to attack? You do! Alright. You're not exactly winning this race, but you can't win by blocking now, can you? Or does Flamewake Phoenix not block? Maybe there's some extra text on this card that I don't know about. Oh, okay, it can't. Okay, attacks each combat if able. But you could have played it on your second main phase. Right? Am I right? I wonder at what point our opponent's going to realize they are not a Death Shadow deck. Your Gurmag Angler and your Hollowed One are in the graveyard. Well, that sucks. To be honest, I'd rather they had Hollowed One and Gurmag Angler, and we got to keep our Lords instead. I mean, they basically they exchanged them for Lightning Bolts. That wasn't good for us. Here we go. Huh! Hiya! Tide Shaper Mystic. 1/1s, people. 1/1s. They're dangerous. Super dangerous. Wonder how embarrassed our opponent feels. Well, now the Flamewake Feet, you can't do anything but attack. Yeah, keep attacking. Go, go, go. Fugitive Wizards versus Flamewake Phoenix. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Might face a Hollowed One next turn. Another Flamewake Phoenix? Oh, a Tassiger, alright. So now we need an Island Walker. Would be useful. Or a Collected Company, that would also be useful. No Collected Company. I can attack for 2? Doesn't seem like a very good proposition, so I better not attack at all. Oh, I forgot. I should have a stop at my draw step. And the reason you want that is just because you might want to turn certain... Like, let's say our opponent taps Stomping Ground, Blackleaf Cliffs, and Mountain for a Flamewake Phoenix, leaving only Blood Crypt up. And I draw Lord of Atlantis for my turn. Then I want a Tide Shaper Mystic, the Blood Crypt, in order to turn it into an island so that they can't bolt or fatal push any of my Lord of Atlantis when I move to my main phase. If they float the mana at my draw step, it doesn't matter. I'm going to move to my main phase and their mana pool will be empty. There's a Bloodghast. That is cute. I don't think there's anything I want to do with this thing, though. We're just going to pass the turn. And then at end of turn, flash in Branch Walker. Playing Branch Walker before... I think the best time to play Branch Walker is just going to be at the end of our opponent's turn. It deprives the... we can't use the information because we can't draw the card until next turn. Uh-oh. Okay, so now... 4th Burning Inquiry! How many Burning Inquiries are you playing? So now we'll play the Branch Walker and hopefully we draw a land. I guess we're gonna keep that on top and hope that we draw it with Burning Inquiry. We see a Lord of Atlantis. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Oh, the Lord of Atlantises are in the graveyard? What is this? There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. Oh, the Lord of Atlantises. And that's the manabase.com Get Dunked On instant replay. They're all gone now. And I got to keep the Cavern of Souls. I didn't draw any cards. They just went directly from the top of my graveyard into the graveyard. Sorry, top of my library into the graveyard. We'll just take the 6. It's a lot of good cards for us. Like, if we draw... Why did they do fetch 4? They're actually dead here unless they can block. So they need to... Okay, so they can block. Trickster would be good. So Trickster wins. Coco probably wins. A lot of things win here. We're in like prime position to win this. There's Trickster. What? There it is. Trickster came through for Coco Folk. Thank you, Trickster. You did a great job. Doing a great job for Mono Blue. Doing a great job for the whole Merfolk world. Merfolk Trickster. Alright, so what do we want? We want Relic. Relic is very good. Tidebinder Mage is very good. I don't really care about the rest. Spell Pierce is fine, but not mandatory. I think on the draw, I'm not going to be as impressed by Spreading Seas. Or am I not going to be impressed by Tideshaper Mystic? Let's get rid of Spreading Seas. Also on the draw, I might get rid of Branch Walker. Or maybe I get rid of Spell Pierce. Yeah, I don't really care for Spell Pierce on the draw. It's going to be hard to keep up that mana. It's going to be hard to keep up. I'm fine with everything else. This looks good. This is a very reactive, tap-out, reactive sort of strategy. I like it. So we'll submit this. The counter spells are not that mandatory. I mean, they're nice, but they're not that mandatory. Cards I also could have considered were Kira and Kopala, because I believe our opponent might be bringing in a few more removal spells. We're going to keep this hand. It's playable. We'll see after the Burning Inquiry, but... Oh yeah, there's a Flameblade Adept. We don't have a turn 1 play, but we have plenty of turn 2 plays. Oops. Keep forgetting about my stop at my draw step. There's Faithless Looting. We're going to be ready with Tidebinder Mage. There's Bloodghast and Flamewake Phoenix. So the Phoenix can't come back yet, but Hollowed One can come here. Well, now the Phoenix can arrive whenever it wants. Alright, let's tap things down. We'll take 6, go to 11. The next we'll play Harbinger of the Tides. on probably the hollowed one, and then try to erase a Flamewake Phoenix and a Bloodghast. Oh, sorry, we're going to take 8. We're going to go to 9. But we're still going to erase that stuff. Merfolk Trickster. Unfortunately, we don't have a Lord yet, but maybe if we draw a Lord in the next turn or so, that will be fine. What would have been really good on turn 1. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so we're going to lose the Tidebinder Mage. Our opponent should have just done that on their main phase. They risked too much, letting us untap. So now what do we do? Cry? We could cry. So this is a situation where it'd be nice to be able to like play Harbinger of the Tides and then try to stabilize with Master of Waves. Although to be honest, I think we're pretty far behind here. We could not survive a lightning bolt. I'm going to take 7 damage. That's too much damage. How do I get out of this? Bounce Flamewake Phoenix, block, take 5 damage. Because our opponent can Faithless Looting, making the Flameblade Adept a 3-powered creature. At the moment, I don't know how to win this game. I guess I'm going to start digging for a Collected Company. And I don't really have a choice. And I have to start chaining them somehow. So I'm gonna, because if I play Harbinger of the Tides and bounce anything, I don't know if it matters. I'm just doing what I have to do in order to dig. Well, I guess I should have played the Branch Walker. You're supposed to play your Branch Walkers before your Silver Gills. But I know I need to hit Collected Company the very next turn. So the idea was just throw a Silver Gill out here, try to dig deeper to those Collected Companies, get hit for 7, block Hollowed One, and I don't know, hit like 2 Harbinger of the Tides off that Collected Company. I don't think that's gonna be enough. I think we're in a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, we die. I can block the Hollowed One, but I take 9 damage. Okay, on the play, do I want to change anything? I might. I might want to play some Spell Pierces over Tideshaper Mystic. I think that's about it. I don't have access to Island Walk, but a lot of this stuff can't block anyway. And we're going to keep this. Sounds great. This hand is great. You have to dodge a turn 1 Burning Inquiry, but it's really good other than that. And even if they Burning Inquiry, like, the hand is pretty good anyway. Street Wraith. What's that doing in the deck for? Just a weird cycler? Two Bloodghasts, jeez. But just 1 Hollowed One. Took out the Tideshaper so I can probably remove that stop. Okay, so here's the problem. If my opponent plays a fetch land, Bloodghast triggers. And then if I try to crack Relic, they can just fetch, and then Bloodghast will trigger again, so I better do this now. I'm just going to get an island to preserve my life total. And then pass the turn. And we can bounce this hollowed one with Harbinger of the Tides, no big deal. There's Grim Lavamancer. Which, well, depending how this game pans out, it might be hard to activate. We have 2 lords, so maybe we can make it even harder. You can overload the Grim Lavamancer. Like, sometimes the Grim Lavamancer has just nothing to eat in the graveyard. Okay, Fatal Push the Harbinger. Harbinger is Fatal Pushed. There's Bloodghast. I assume you are not attack. Well, actually now, Grim Lavamancer can't even do anything. So maybe we can get... I would really like to draw land so I can hold up Spell Pierce. I want to draw an island so I can hold up Spell Pierce. It's not an island. I want to play Lord of Atlantis and then violin another Lord of Atlantis in response to like Grim Lavamancer. That's the idea. And hold up Spell Pierce out of all this. If my opponent doesn't have any removal, I'm in good shape to play both Lord of Atlantises, but if they do have removal, then I'm not in good shape. But I can still hit for a lot of damage. Okay, so I can hit for 4 here. And if they use removal on Lord of Atlantis and use Grim Lavamancer, I can still follow this up by attacking for another 4 with the Mutavault and the Branchwalker next turn. And I'll hold up Spell Pierce after that. Though I can't say it's going to be worth very much, so my opponent does have removal. That's why I need that Mutavault to be an island. An island! But we're keeping the pressure on. And Bloodghast doesn't block very well because it has the words on it, it can't block. A lot of stuff in this deck doesn't block very well. Nothing blocks very well in this deck. Well, you're late. It'd be just a very easy victory if we could have drawn that island earlier. Ugh. So if our opponent plays something like Goblin Lore to get their game going, I mean, we Spell Pierce it and win. Hopefully that's something they need to do. If they use a removal spell, let's see, no, and yes. So what they can do is use a removal spell, use Grim Lavamancer to block a creature, and then try to eat another creature. That's the best I think they can do right now. I'll counter the removal spell. And we're gonna lose like something. Ooh, we're gonna lose something. Okay, so we're gonna Spell Pierce that. We're gonna keep Silvergill Adept on the board. We're gonna keep 2 creatures on the board, actually. Oh no, sorry, they didn't use a 1-mana removal spell. They had to use the Terminate. All right, so we win the match. We win the match against Hollowed One. In retrospect, I would side in those Kiras and Kopalas. I had no idea they would bring in that much removal. Maybe I should have saw it coming because Grim Lavamancer is a pretty serious deal. But, like, Terminate in addition to Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push, my god. So I would have brought in that Kira, I would have brought in that Kopala, and make this game a lot easier. I might have taken out on the draw, I'm not sure, because it's a sort of a clunky card. You're trying to play catch-up on the draw. Because they are a pretty aggressive deck. But on the play, I think we could have afforded to do it. We need to write on the board. What do we learn here? What do we learn from Burn? We're going to catch up. Against Burn, we were like, it happens. You know, last match against Burn, it happens. There was like nothing we could do. Here, hold on. I want to draw like a little figure here. It happens. Uh-oh. Running out of space here. You know what I mean. And here, Hollowed One. Did we just outgrind Hollowed One? That's just so weird. It's just not how we would normally beat this matchup. Well, like the Spell Pierce helped. Harbinger helped. I think that's the most important thing. We've got bounce spells that like just undo all their work. You know, the Harbinger harbinged. Or the Harbinger was there for us. It's very important. Harbinger. Hollow One is Hollow One is hollow. Hollow One. It's a hollow strategy. Dump your hand in your graveyard, attack with it, please. Hollow One is hollow. Bounced your card back to your hand, you had nothing to show for it. So sad. So sad. So we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank the manabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu playing Coco Folk in Modern.